welcome to Pit Stop. So today we are in a beautiful location driving a very green car. This is the XUV400, which is a very good alternative if you are about to purchase the Tata Nexon. So I am going to tell you a very quick details about the XUV400 and then finally it's your to go with the Nexon or the XUV400. So I'll be very frank about couple of things. So welcome to Pit Stop, welcome to my channel, welcome to the XUV400 video, and before kickstarting the video, please do subscribe and support, and please hit the bell icon as well so that you will get all the notifications. So starting off with the XUV400, this is actually the exact same car as that of the XUV300, except the fact that this is an electric platform and an electric drivetrain. And from the exterior, this shade is actually looking very nice, and the bronze finish and the roof completely on bronze is actually looking a bit stylish and a bit different as well. So from the road, if you take a look at this car, it's evident that you are driving an electric, because the front, this portion will be completely closed being an electric, and we have a bit of elements in the bronze finish as well. So overall it's a pretty decent looking car, and the major point which I have to tell you is that it's actually bigger than the Nexon EV. That's the major advantage if you ask me, because it's actually wider, it's actually taller. That means the ground clearance is also 10mm more than the Nexon EV, which is at 200mm for the XUV400 and 190mm for the Tata Nexon EV, and it's actually longer as well. So altogether the XUV400 has got a bigger dimensions when you compare it with the Nexon EV, and because of that it looks a much more bigger car actually, in my opinion. In my eyes, this looks actually wider and stuff, not like the Nexon's a little bit cramped design, I would say. This being a compact SUV, this actually has got better road presence than the segment rivals, in my opinion. So from this portion of the design, actually everything looks cool, right? This is a sub 4 meter SUV, everything looks cool, pretty decent side profile, and we all know the alloy design pretty well, so I'm not talking about those stuff. But one thing is that being an electric and being 2024, they should have changed this old school lighting to LED lighting, is what I strongly believe, but I don't know why they have not changed. Maybe it will be coming up with the 3XO's electric version. But apart from that, the roof completely in bronze and stuff is looking very nice. We have got an EV badging here as well. And another advantage over the Nexon EV is the boot space. Actually, Nexon EV gets 350 liters, and this has got a slightly more space, which is at 378 liters of boot space, because being such a bigger car compared to the Nexon EV. So that's about the boot, and about the overall design. Let me take you to the interiors of the car. So sitting inside the XUV400, the major advantage is its size. It's much more relaxed in here than the Tata Nexon, because it offers you more space and comfort, obviously, and the ground clearance is also higher. So all these spatial advantage you are getting altogether, if you ask me. But apart from that, definitely it misses out features like seat coolers, it misses out a very modern techie screen. It gets us a normal screen with all these options, but that's cool. But still, you misses out a bit more updated screen is what I personally feel. And it gets a super cool digital instrument cluster, which looks pretty neat. I'm happy about that. But apart from that, it gets single pane sunroof and stuff. All the basic options are very nice. One thing is that this white interior dashboard kind of finish is throughout the car, and it might get dirty bit easier. So cleaning should be on priority for the XUV400 to maintain it in a very neat way. So the back seat of the XUV400, and one thing I can guarantee you is that it offers more space, and 3 people can comfortably sit in the second row of the XUV400, comparing it with a little bit cramped Tata Nexon. So that's my part, and it gets 2 AC vents here, it gets a C-type charging port, it gets a 12-volt socket, and what's missing is seat back pockets. Instead of that, you get these kind of strings, which might not be the best option to put your small items, or it might not be that much useful if you ask me. But apart from that, gets decent under thigh support, actually better than the Tata Nexon if you ask me, and a good handrest and stuff, good headroom even for a tall guy like me. So everything is pretty nice and clean and spacious over here in the second row of the XUV400, and it also gets 3 headrests at the rear. So driving the XUV400 electric, and first thing is that I have to mention this, the airiness inside the cabin is just lovely, I should say, because when you compare it with the rival or else with the Tata Nexon is what I mean, there is a bit of more airiness, and once you start living with the car, you will actually enjoy that airiness inside the cabin rather than a little bit shrinked cabin is what I personally feel. That's point number 1. And point number 2 is that more or less everything is similar in terms of range, in terms of performance, in terms of the battery pack. The Nexon gets treated 39.95 kilowatt battery pack, and this gets 40.2 kilowatt battery pack or something. Range is also more or less similar. So real world range will come around 260 270 for the XUV, and for the Nexon it will come around 280 285. So it's like more or less everything is the same, just like the pricing. There is only a lakh and half difference in terms of the pricing as well. So that's it about the XUV. But what makes it little more special is that the control, or else the vehicle driving dynamics. Say for example, if you're driving it a bit more enthusiastically, because of the wide body, it has got more stability is what I personally feel like, especially when you're taking a turn, or especially when you're driving at high speeds, you get a bit more control over the car, and it's a bit more stable is what I personally feel like, because of the overall engineering of the car and because of the wide body it offers. And in terms of performance, it gives you 100 km per hour in just 8.1 or 8.5 seconds approximately. And there are 3 drive modes: fun, fast and fearless. Fearless is the topmost one, and fun is the city drive kind of drive mode, in which the top speed is restricted up to 90 km per hour only, and then in fearless you can go all the way to up to 160 if I'm not wrong. But you know, the fact is that everything is connected with the braking efficiency of an electric car, because electric cars are pretty fast. It gives you that instant boost and stuff, but you have to be careful when it comes to braking. And this has got an L mode in the driving lever, as you can see. That's nothing but the region mode. So it's like a one pedal driving. When you put it on L mode, you actually don't need to use braking, especially when you're driving it inside the city. So when you lift off the foot from your accelerator, automatically the region mode will be at its best, and it will save you a bit of juice for the battery pack. So that's about the L mode. And overall, my verdict about the XUV drive experience is that it's a cool car, it's a spacious car, it's actually modern, but comparing it with the Nexon, it misses out a couple of features like 360-degree camera, seat coolers and a cool screen, and a couple of more stuff. But overall, it has got good road presence, it looks good, it drives well, and overall it's a nice car to live with is what I personally feel like. So guys, my take about the XUV400 is that I agree to the fact that this is a bit old school, because it misses out a couple of features. Even the 360-degree camera is a big miss. But if you ask me, because of the wide stance, because of the overall structure of the car, you will thoroughly thoroughly enjoy it when you drive the car. That's my take, because it's not like it's not like as cramped as an Nexon in terms of space. It's not like as compact as Nexon in terms of dimensions, because it's a much more bigger car, and because of that, the driving dynamics will be so good. So if you are not a tech person and looking for more features and more stuff on your car, and if you want a much more quality car, obviously you can feel the quality, build quality, and even in terms of interior and stuff, you can feel the quality of the seats and stuff. So if you are not more into tech and stuff, then you can actually go with the XUV400. It's because it's much more cheaper as well compared to the Nexon. Of course, it misses out a couple of things, and this is a bit old school SUV, but you will not you will enjoy the XUV400 is what I would like to mention. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Please do follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye bye.